Passionate about music.
Now we have one of the founders of the Coalition for Equal Marriage. Hello, Conor. Welcome to Gaydar.
Hi guys, thanks very much. How's it going?
Conor, you have started something I've never seen a reaction so polarised to something for a long, long time.
Tell us about it.
It's incredible. Can you tell us about the Coalition and how this started?
Yeah, it started basically my partner and I came home from work one evening after a long day's work and kind of crashed out, and then I was on the computer reading BBC News website and saw the article for the Coalition for Marriage's campaign and their petition. And just some of the vitriolic things that were said on there were really, really offensive, and the fact that they were trying to do a petition to bully the government into changing their mind, I thought that was incredibly bold and quite rude and offensive. So I thought, well, no, actually, rather than actually roll my eyes again for the 100th time about the awful things that people say about us every other day, I thought, no, we're going to actually do something about it, and rather than assume that everything's going to be fine, actually stand up to them and say, no, shut up, sit down. You're not representative.
How long have you two been together?
Actually 5 years, Friday just gone.
Congrats, Mon, congrats.
And are you already in a civil partnership?
No. Just living together. Insane.
And do you want to get married?
It's just, that's the thing, right? You start a marriage campaign, people are like, are you getting married? You're like, oh, you kind of look at the floor, kind of kick the curb and go, well, it's a goal, maybe, I don't know. Well, nobody's asked anybody yet.
But I should imagine
we'll see.
You certainly want to have the right to be able to get married.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've had conversations in the past where people have, like, what's like mothers, aunties, grandmothers going, oh, it's you two next. And we think, well, to be honest, I wouldn't really want to sign up for anything that kind of categorises us as second best.
Can we speak about some of the huge misconceptions that have been made about...
Yes,
because I've never heard so many stupid things being said in my life. Some of the stuff that's the stories coming out. Can you please tell us, why should people sign a petition for equal marriage?
It's everybody's kind of... Well, not necessarily everybody. Everybody's kind of dream when they grow up, when they're little, and you're watching Disney movies and everything, and you always want to grow up and get married and find the one and settle down, and a lot of people aim towards that kind of goal, but it's when you get older you want to partake in something like that, and we're kind of excluded from that. It's the institution or society saying, well, yeah, okay, we'll give you kind of equal rights in terms of paying tax and stuff, because they like us paying tax, but in terms of recognising the validity of our relationship, we're not really there yet. So we're still kind of second-class citizens.
What's the difference? No, it's not. What's the difference between marriage and civil partnership?
Well, the very fact that a lot of people are saying it's just a word, and that we shouldn't be getting too head up about the fact that it's just a word, for so long as it's that separate but equal nonsense argument that they keep bringing up, saying, well, you've already got all of the rights that marriage brings you, which in itself is actually untrue when it comes to things like pensions that you would get if you survive your partner and your partner dies at work or something, and you get the dependent's pension or something like that. You won't get the same as what a straight couple would get. So it's as if the people are paying into these pensions, but what they're paying isn't worth the same. The person that they leave behind isn't worth the same.
I thought that was the whole part of the deal with the legality of the civil partnerships, that you did get those equal rights. That's
what I thought as well, but we've had this guy from Equal Family Law who's done a video on YouTube, which we've shared with everybody on the campaign, where he's broken down all these different things of where actually it isn't as equal as everybody thinks it is. For example, if you've got civilly partnered in the UK, but then you emigrate to Portugal, for example, who have same-sex marriage, they wouldn't recognise our civil partnership because it's not a marriage. So if anything happened there, if one partner died, you wouldn't necessarily automatically inherit the home, or you would have to pay inheritance tax on it or something like that. It's not as equal as everybody thinks it is.
There has been a massive smokescreen brought down on this, because this has been very, very hidden, Conor.
Yeah, personally, I didn't even know it was the case until this guy, Andrea Velka, did the video on YouTube. And I was actually, wow, that's actually quite surprising. So that just emboldened me even more, because it's... Imagine you're in that relationship, and it's when something awful happens, the relationship ends in such a horrible way that your partner dies, to then have that kick in the teeth and say, actually, no, all this time you thought you were equal, now you're not.
Oh, my goodness.
It's awful. But not to mention, to get back to your point about why is it important about the word, it's that whole separate but equal nonsense where people are saying, well, it's okay to be separate because you're still getting the same kind of thing. Now imagine if decades ago in America when everybody's campaigning against the fact that black people had to use different water fountains or toilets. They'd say, well, it's still a water fountain or a toilet, so you've still got the ability to use it, so I don't see what the problem is in having you separate and excluded. It's just nonsense.
It is nonsense, and it's a superiority over someone else that they've got no right to.
Exactly.
Can I just give out the website? cforcem.org.uk is the website if you'd like to sign up. Just tell us, obviously you started out as a little trickle with you two starting this. Where have you got to so far with your campaign?
We've got all sorts of organisations signed up. It started off with us approaching one or two organisations like National Secular Society or British Humanist Association, and we put that out there. And then we've got LGBT groups from all political parties, Labour, Conservative, Liberal Democrats, Greens, publications like Gay Times, Attitude, everybody kind of getting in touch with us and trying to get on board and saying, please, can we be part of this? I was over the moon when you guys got in touch and said, we're going to do this and this and this. It's great. But I think today we just hit 38,000 signatures, which just off the back of something like mine and James's Facebook and Twitter alone isn't too bad, really, for two little guys with zero budget when you think that the Coalition for Marriage have God knows what kind of resources available, and started off with an email to 175,000 people. We're getting there, we're trying. So we need everybody's help to go to the website and sign up and stand up together and say, we don't agree with this.
This is exactly what we were so shocked the other day. 38,000 is an incredible amount. It's shocking more people have not signed that, because I don't think they realise what we're giving away. When you don't say we should have equal rights, then the other campaign start spouting all this junk about how many people have signed their petition and how few have signed ours, which isn't few, but compared to them, what are they up to? They reckon they're up to 250,000, don't they? Or was it?
On that, I think it's 360,000 or something
360,000. And they're using
1,000 bigots for every day of the year.
I love it. But the thing that worries me is people who don't sign this. We found out about this story the other week from Country Life magazine. They're running an advert saying I do, and they've got this weird statistic: 70% of people say keep marriage as it is, and they're using
that as well.
They're absolutely. I mean, where are they getting these statistics?
Well, they've done some polling and they've asked the questions, but they've kind of engineered the questions to have everybody lean towards a certain statement. I mean, the question that they're referring to within their own poll, I think, starts off saying something like, I agree that marriage is important to society, and everybody's going to agree with that. But then they've tailed that off with some other things, saying that it shouldn't be tampered with or shouldn't be changed, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's going to think, yeah, marriage is important to society. And we agree. That's why we want in it. We're not trying to change it or redefine it, as they keep saying. It's not a redefinition.
c4em.org.uk is the website you need to sign. Anybody that is part of the LGBT community who says, well, you know what, I'm not really that interested in marriage. Why is it important for them to sign this petition?
It's about everybody kind of standing together to say we don't agree with everything that the other guys are saying. We're not going to be a massive threat to society. Us getting married isn't going to affect straight couples' relationships somewhere on the other end of the country that we don't even know. They're trying to scaremonger everybody, and the scary thing is that the nasty things that they're saying are getting a lot of press coverage, and they're going to be doing a lot to set us back years in terms of progress and equality. So even if you don't necessarily want to get married personally, you think that now, what, about 10, 15, 20 years down the line, you might want it then, but then you'll kick yourself because you didn't do anything today. You didn't go to the website and sign up and help stand up to everybody who's trying to say that we shouldn't be allowed to do that.
And not only that, it's the next generation in schools and things like that. You should be able to get married no matter whether you want to marry same sex or opposite sex. It should be just marriage.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing that really kind of stuck in our throats was the story when Britney Spears married her husband then, Jason Alexander, for 55 freaking hours.
And we're the ones that's a threat to weddings.
I know.
Can you believe it?
I cannot believe that, because she was married for that amount of time and she could do it again and again and again. Anyone can do it again and again. We could be with our partners for years and it not be allowed. And I think people are too lethargic about this whole campaign.
Yeah. There was a brilliant thing on Twitter that's been retweeted like crazy, and I thought it was hilarious. People are saying, I don't want to live in a world where Malfoy can get married, but Dumbledore can't. And people have loved that. It's been brilliant.
Great.
Listen, Conor, it's really good talking to you. Just remind people, if they want to sign the petition today, where they need to find the...
You need to go to c4em.org.uk and sign up against to the petition. And then also, if you're on there, you've got an automated tool to write to your MP and to respond to the government's consultation.
That's great. Thank you very much, Conor.
Thanks very much.
Passionate about music.